Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary pals. We got another edition of Metroid Fusion Randomizer, and our players are just about to take it off real shortly. I am Jagger G, and with me is Vicious Delicious. How's it going today?
Yep, we're here with Metroid Fusion Randomizer Spoiler Edition.
I really like this format. It's very chaos. So these players get to see the spoiler log as soon as the race starts. And,
I believe this is a best of 3 match, right?
yep.
So this should be very spicy.
Yeah, we often let the viewers try to guess which of the 3 items they could potentially start with between Speed Booster, Morph Ball, and missiles. Of course, we in the booth know which at least me in the booth knows what they are because I actually updated the spoiler log. Here we go. Okay.
The first item is missiles.
Yeah, vanilla start. Regular missiles. It could have been any kind of missiles. There is a bit of a bias to missiles in general because there are 4 possible missile options to choose from.
But vanilla missile start is definitely good.
It's better than diffusion start, that's for sure.
Yeah, because if you start with diffusion, your missiles are only dealing 5 damage with it, which is significantly less than normal.
Got another morph ball right here, and right after this we're gonna have an E-tank. Okay.
E-tanks are always good. You definitely don't want to die.
So the missiles in this in the randomizer are treated with progressive damage values as well as progressive speed and cooldown values. So the so each missile upgrade adds a certain amount of damage. It actually depends on which upgrade they get. So missiles start them with 10 damage, whereas diffusion would start with 5 and supers would start with 20.
Looks like
And
this
ice is
might
just 10.
be. Looks like this might be a bit of a jet seed because we have 2 go mode items right off the bat.
It could be. We have 4 and 6 available as the first 2 sectors. Looks like we have a bunch of items in Sector 6 and a couple items in Sector 4, but a lot of items in the main deck here. But this may be a bit trickier than usual. We see red just dropping a power bomb right here. Gonna head on down and get their gravity suit. Now, notably, the maintenance tunnel actually has wide beam. However, that requires bombs or high jump to actually get into the tunnel in the first place. So they're not going to be able to get that quite yet if they ever go for it at all. They might. It's probably worth. Maybe. And down here in the reactor silo, they're going to be getting their Varia suit. And speed booster. Really packed main deck for sure. But this is pretty out of the way. It's a lot further from the main sectors as you normally start out.
Having all these items very early definitely opens up a lot of opportunities for movement. And oh, Autumn took a death, unfortunately.
All right, but did save. Pretty smart decision on its part. So we're going to be implementing some pretty tricky wall jumps to get up into these little holes in the ceiling. We're a little bit precise, but makes quick work of those. Red playing it extra safe. It's going to take 2 power bombs to dispatch this pirate.
Getting out of the reactor silo without space jump or high jump is a bit tricky as well. Because you have to... Well, it's not that tricky, but...
You got to be very particular about what vines you want to shoot.
Yeah.
You definitely kind of proverbially shoot yourself in the foot and have to reload the room.
And you could fall down the room as well.
That's a very long fall. Yeah, a very dangerous fall as well with the active key hunters that could potentially do. I think with gravity suit, I want to say it's 125 damage, maybe 128 damage.
Yes. Are the key hunters active?
Maybe more.
Oh wait, never mind. You can't even get in there without plasma or gravity because the cocoon is there. Never mind. Still not super familiar with the randomizer logic, but I'm here for the ride. I'm here for supporting the fusion community.
It's a fun time. Vicious, I'm sure, very happy, or Vicious, I'm sure, is happy for Red to get their ice missiles. I guess Red is even happier, probably, in theory. I don't know. Vicious may or may not be happy about it.
Ice missiles are very nice. They're nice missiles.
I know how to read names that are on the screen. Autumn showing off that you can bonk stairs by not holding forward when you shine spark into them. Very nice piece of knowledge demonstrated. Thank you, Autumn. You can also spark clean through and break some speed blocks to get to the sectors without morph ball. It's actually I want to say it's pixel perfect. It might be a 2-frame or a 2-pixel window. I'm not sure. No, I'm pretty sure it's pixel perfect.
Yeah, I want to say that might be pixel perfect. Probably.
But it's pixel perfect vertically. But when you're climbing up those stairs, since they're at a kind of a steadier incline, it's quite a bit of leeway horizontally to get the right positioning.
That is true. I forgot.
So I wonder what Autumn is up to. They have their Varia suit, so they can pretty freely navigate through. But they did need... I guess they just needed power bomb refills.
Yeah. Something interesting about the randomizer is that if you do not have Various suit, but only the gravity suit, and you're in lava, you actually take damage from the lava, which I did not know until I was in a Herc stream and he was taking damage in lava, and I was like, "What? Like, what's going on? That doesn't make sense." And then he told me, "Oh no, it's I don't know, Various suit." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah, and a lot of Metroid games, or a lot of Metroid randomizers, they like to split the purposes of Varia and gravity. And I think usually vanilla behavior is to just have gravity suit override all of the Varia properties.
Yeah. I remember playing Super Metroid as a kid, and thinking that turning off Various suit would still cause you to take heat damage, but it doesn't, because gravity suit overrides those overrides all the virus suit properties.
Yeah, except I believe it does reduce
It does,
the damage from the rainbow beam from Mother Brain.
Yeah, it
Other
does do
than
that.
Yeah,
but
I think
other
there's
than
one other
that,
thing. I forget what it was though. I don't know if it's Metroid or Metroid damage or what. But yeah, with Varia and Gravity and Speed Booster, they can freely walk through the open wall where the fake red door usually is in Sector 5 and head on over to properly open red doors. Quick detour for this charge beam in the worst of the room of the game.
For me, recently, the worst room in the game has been not Climb, but the room right after Climb, after the navigation room. That room sucks. It doesn't suck to, do, but it sucks to do optimally. Because, do shot cancels and stupid jumps and really quick succession. And it's just a nightmare. Especially when you're grinding any percent, like I have been. I kind of like how red splits are red. Makes it look like he's behind, but because we're used to red equaling being behind, but no, his splits are just red.
Some people do have splits for randomizers for arbitrary reasons. Like go mode item 1, go mode item 2, red doors unlock, etc. Red opting to take the connector into 6 for quick access to the elevator. This is probably faster than just going to the elevator in 4.
Yeah. I think it is. Oh wait, he doesn't have oh no, wait, he has ice missiles. He can freeze the, what are those enemies called? The puffer fish, whatever.
The power amps.
Yeah, the power amps. That was originally thinking like, oh, he can't freeze them because he doesn't have diffusion. They're like, oh wait, never mind, he has ice. He can. You can do the cheese strat, which is a little bit tricky. It's not
Yeah.
the hardest thing in the world, but it's a little precise.
Yeah, with high jump, it's somewhat easy.
Yeah.
So that's nice that they were able to get that pretty freely. So I'm noticing that he's not opting to get wide beam, which I personally agree with. It's with the ice missiles. I don't think the wide beam saves as much time against the SAX.
Mm-hmm.
It'll save most of the time against the Omega fight because you have to dodge the claw.
Yeah.
Like several times. I'm going with 2 ice shots per. It's an interesting strategy.
Yeah.
And he's gonna opt to refill his missiles with no, he's actually gonna continue fighting it. I was gonna say refill missiles with the death strategic, but no, it's actually gonna finish out the fight.
Although taking a death, he could take a death and still win.
Yeah, it's technically an option. Some reverse commentary curse. Totally jinxing the possibility of death. Snatching it out of the hands of fate.
Yeah. Using the power bombs to lure the X into his position. It's a pretty smart play. Keeping the ice core in that position so it can't hurt him.
And with the ice and missile data, it's going to be doing 20 damage per shot, so that's, I believe, I want to say 13 or 14 shots.
Something like that.
Yeah, these power bombs definitely really coming in clutch. Sometimes you have to jump to get that thing to float away. Autumn actually opting for the wide beam.
That will help against the Omega Metroid, which could decide the race if Red dies.
Autumn successfully managing to spring ball into the tunnel. He does get their wide beam. That's a very good dodge of the first acid spit, but he does get hit by one of them.
Yeah, the spitter projectiles deal a lot of damage. I forget how much it is with both of
90.
and gravity.
Oh,
90?
Sorry, I'm
yeah, with
thinking just Varia.
Yeah. No, I thought it was 80.
80. Yeah, it's 80 with just Varia. You're right.
I forget how much it is with gravity and Varia, but it's still quite a lot. You definitely don't want to take hits from those. I have lost any percent runs. Well, runs meaning one. I've only lost one any percent run to that, but they did a lot of damage. So you definitely want to be careful.
2 minutes to destination.
And if you could get the plasma beam in just the right position to pierce right through its like upper chest and just dodge the claws, you only have to dodge one swipe, but then both of the positionings need to be pretty good. And should be able to get it right here. Yeah.
But red is done. Finishing with, actually, I don't have race time open. I should probably open that.
It took them a bit of time to get the to actually put in the dot done, but does finish in the race time chat with a 2056. Like, we sort of go by the race time, but at the same time we prefer just seeing how long it takes them to actually finish the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It was a forfeit at 2056, and the finish was at 2035. No, they were right on time with that. All right. Autumn with the strategic death on the SAX to get to the next seed faster.
Excellent strategy.
And welcome on in, Red Corona.
This was jet as hell, holy hell.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
GG.
So I actually wasn't sure at first. I thought you would have had to go through reactor to unlock or to get to sector 2 to get through to 5, but no, you just have to get to sector 3.
I don't even think I
Unlock
needed
green
to. I don't even think I needed to unlock greens. I could have. Oh no, wait, I'd had to because that
You did,
connector
yeah.
leads the one to magic box. No, never mind. Green was the right play.
Yeah. It's either unlock green locks or go to 2 and just skip straight to level 4 locks.
I don't think I. Yeah, actually, hold on. No, that would have been way slower.
It would have
Sector
at least
2.
been slower. Not sure.
Oh, hey, 15-15.
This is funny. So what happened on Autumn's end?
Autumn actually kind of went to attempt to get wide beam early.
Oh.
Yeah, you need either bombs or high jump.
Also took a death going down to the core. Did actually have a safety save, but still,
core?
a death is a death.
The core? Oh, the reactor
reactor
core. Oh, yeah. You know, I had a feeling that she might have taken a death somewhere, but had a really like easy save somewhere.
Yeah, she was fighting the ice core when you finished, so it wasn't that far behind.
Yeah, I got greedy on the SAX there, trying to go for flare. I don't know if the flare actually does damage to the SAX or not.
It does.
It does. Okay, so I was correct to do that when I don't know diagonal shot strats.
I'll have to look in. I'll
Not
be
sure
too
if
lazy
the
to look into it.
diagonal.
Someone should look into it though, because there is sometimes a tinking noise, and we don't really know why.
I've heard the tinking noise quite a bit, and that was the reason I believe that it didn't work.
I hear that sometimes when I charge shot a gate button for like opening up the gates. I hear like a ping.
That can also hit the gate as well, though. So
I was
Hard to
like,
say.
what the heck is that sound? Is that just negating the hit, or is it just not working?
it also makes a bugged sound effect as well. I don't think is supposed to play at all or something.
Oh, fantastic! Breaking the game,
it's not.
my style. Well, Autumn, if you're listening,
there
it's
you
GG's.
Yeah, she's down there, but spent after the first round. That's tricky.
Ugh.
That Omega was making me shake though. I got double swiped. It's like this goes so wrong so fast.
Oh yeah, double swipes. Very common when you don't have wide.
This is why you take 2 E-tanks.
Yeah.
Just for that reason alone. Hugo actually convinced me not to go for wide beam.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit faster to go without wide beam. It's just it is harder, a bit harder.
We
less
also
consistent.
I also joked about grabbing wide beam on the escape. I was like, I'm gonna go for it. I could waste 2 minutes, right?
I kind of wonder.
Yeah, you guys was wondering, we were wondering that too. It's like, is that open?
Because there isn't a door.
Yeah. Because there's a room state, where you head on down to reactor silo. You can go through that connector as well, but it's in a different room state. It's
Yeah.
all destroyed and all rusted. For
You
some
know
reason.
what?
Yeah.
Let's find out. I'm booting up the seat again. I'm gonna see if it actually is there.
Okay, doke.
It would have worked, but it would have been super BM.
Yeah, I was just gonna joke around.
Well, it may have saved time on the Omega Metroid. So
That's true.
it would also save time on the SAX. So I don't know. That's one extra room transition. Like that, it would probably be better to get it on the way to the save instead of during the escape.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna find out right now if it works. So another SAX fight, another round.
For science. Best of luck.
Oh yeah, so I messed around after defeating the SAX. You can go down the elevator, but then it locks the door below that.
Yeah, unfortunately, and the door to the save next, like underneath the
The room doesn't unlock either.
yeah.
Funny
It's
coincidence.
permanently locked once you
funny
trigger this
coincidence.
activate.
Funny coincidence. Ice Beam was at Mini Fridge.
Oh. I completely missed that.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been worth, honestly. You already had ice missiles.
It wouldn't have been worth it at all. But I just think it's funny that
Yeah,
the ice beam was in the Mini Fridge.
yeah, it's a good place for it. You want
It's
to keep
kind
it
of like
cold.
when you go to link the past randomizer and you find Ice Rod in the Ice Palace.
Yeah. I usually find Fire Rod in the Ice Palace.
Oh, that's fun.
Zelda.
I see you've taken to going with double, like using 2 missiles to freeze the SAX just in case.
Yeah. It's just a good safety strat.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Although when it's frozen, I'm not sure if you want to be too close to it, because since the beam does damage per frame, you might want to like
If I'm going for flare though,
be somewhat.
how close do I need to be for the
Yeah.
flare?
Well, the flare doesn't do that
Damage.
much damage
Yeah.
compared to the beam itself, because I'm not
Beam is-
sure exactly how much the damage is. It's probably like
I think
probably
there's
like
a-
2 flares
Okay.
worth, right? 2 or 3 flares worth,
I think
or
all
2
of
or 3
those.
frames worth.
I think all of those data values are on MK2K.
All right, time to
They're
see
at
if
least
this
in the
actually works.
Paste bin. Probably on the
But
Speed
the-
Demos archive.
But yeah, all those getting like up close and personal is it's super safe, but the SAX's hitbox is actually really thin. So, well, it's not
Yeah.
really thin, but it's thinner than it looks. than you'd expect. So you're like you want to be dealing damage per frame to kill it quickly. And
There's no enemies here.
Yeah, because everyone just vanishes. Of course. That's fine.
Let's see, plasma beam.
Oh my god, you
Air
totally
damage is
can't grab
12.
white beam on no escape. That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Oh no.
The timer's
Makes
gone.
it easier too. Oh, nice.
How am I supposed to know?
So the flare from the plasma beam does 12 damage, whereas the plasma beam
Well.
itself does 27 damage per frame.
Oh, I reset the audio. Cool.
No, it's 9
Oh,
damage
the
per frame.
timer's back.
Right.
Go for it. Oh my god. Breaking Fusion live.
Hello, welcome to my glitch expedition.
We do have a bit of a delay on the restream just because of Twitch delay.
Yeah, about 30 seconds between the restream on Discord and Red
by the way,
Switch.
picking up an item messes up the timer on screen.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, so the timer's there is just recolored to black rectangles. That's right. It makes sense.
Okay, so apparently picking up the SX core re-enables the music. It's about a minute slower, but you know what? It's funny. It's a good thing to show.
Like 30 seconds, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, getting my way east, it's probably very fast to grab on the way out.
All right, and we are back and ready. We got these players ready to go. I'll be off in a few seconds. I see Autumn's going B for boats.
This is super off topic, but I love how many Discords have the OP emote. Because I go to type it, and then like I see it like 18 times come up. Because I have Discord Nitro, and then I go to type it, and there's like OP1, OP2, 3, 4, 5, and it just continues. But anyway. Metroid Fusion Randomizer.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to demonstration of what OPOP looks like, feel free to post OPOP in the chat. But yeah, we got a pretty nice climb by Autumn. Pretty safe and easy climb for Red. Just taking it slow and steady. Slow climb isn't really that much slower than fast climb.
Yeah.
Just getting
Climb
up
has to be-
reliably is the most important thing.
Absolutely. Climb has to be one of my favorite rooms in the game. Because there's just so many different ways to do it, and different runners do it different ways.
Yeah, it's a really fun room. And getting up the elevator at about the same time, with the just minute differences in
the way they went about the way they went about the zombie room. Well, I call it zombie room. I'm sure it doesn't actually have a name, but Autumn doing the slightly faster jump up versus Red spin jumping. That gave Autumn well, not a lead, but it put her or allowed her to break even. But anyway, speed booster open. That's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
So Autumn actually practiced this during the last race. So they're going to need to Shine Spark through some speed blocks in order to bypass the need for a Morph Ball to get under the Morph Tunnel to lead to the sectors.
We were talking about that the last race.
Yeah. So a mechanic that's basically new to Metroid Fusion, it wasn't in Super Metroid, is that you can store a Shine Spark after Shine Sparking into a slope, as long as you're holding forward. Autumn noticing
Forgot.
very quickly that they don't have Morph Ball. You can't access the cubbyhole, whereas Red actually sparks a pixel too high into the third block up from the ground. Is going to have to redo the spark.
Ooh. Autumn bonked the lip of that ledge there. Unfortunate. That might. No. Alright, that should work. Yep.
Ooh, Autumn getting a mid-air Shine Spark just the right height. Yeah, it makes me wonder, maybe that is a 2-pixel window for that one specifically. It's hard to say.
Autumn
Autumn
bonked and skipped the E-tank.
wisely deciding to save frames. We'll go with that.
Certainly more than frames, that's seconds.
So they got 2 and 1 to choose from. They're going with it looks like they're both going with Sector 1. So logically, the missiles were placed in Sector 2 to give them access to Sector 1. That wasn't strictly required by the logic. We're using difficulty 4 level logic, which includes a difficulty 2 trick to Shine Spark these stabilizers. At least this first stabilizer here in Sector 1. And Red is the first one to pull it off. Autumn is going to have to give it another try from the safety save.
Shoutouts to Autumn for wasting like a frame or two to turn the audio to stereo and not mono.
Mhm.
Even after the reset. Mono bad.
That's one of the disadvantages of B for boats. Red discovering there's a door in the way and is opting to just get the one item here in Lava Dive. The second item is an energy tank, which is not necessary, but I think Autumn would be happy to get that. Getting plenty of running space just in case the whatever this enemy is going right. But either way, sparking over this item, which is just as well. Wisely grabbing onto the ledge to give a higher horizontal speed. When you jump off of a ledge like that, it kind of gives you wall jump kind of physics. So it actually propels you faster away from the wall than ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like 50% faster than top horizontal speed in the air.
That sounds correct. Yeah.
It's like barely noticeable, but like when you compare a wall jump, when you compare room timings for with and without wall jumps, it is very slightly faster than just jumping off of a ledge. Generally in specific cases.
Anyways, charge beam. Hello, charge beam. I forget. This is called Horned Hole, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the morph ball, the charge beam, and the bombs, that's their entire shopping list for Sector 1. And it's time to move on to Sector 2. With those bombs from Sector 1 are going to be able to get the plasma beam and maybe diffusion missiles if they want it in Sector 2. Kind of wondering if they'll pick it up. Probably not, but I'm not so sure. Red making use of the Shine Spark being able to break bomb blocks and just takes a shortcut through Sector 2. These Zeros, I believe, do 45 damage, so definitely taking it a little slow and steady to make sure to not hit too many of them on the way to these door unlocks.
Mm-hmm. But having a charge beam certainly helps, because the charge beam kills them in one shot. But not having missiles, certainly a little stinky, because, you know, sometimes you can't charge a shot fast enough.
And depending on how you look at it, it's either one charge shot or two halves of one charge shot. Because the beam does get split up with just the charge beam alone. There are a couple of beam types that have split, like multiple beams. Mostly wide beam is a big factor. Isn't there one that gives you... Oh yeah, charged wave beam gives you 2 shots as well. Which is kind of gross. Yeah, red feeling pretty low on health.
Autumn is opting to go to Sector 6. Get, I'm assuming Varia?
It's gonna be super missiles here. That's a very nice pickup. Yeah, Varia is gonna be at the free E-tank. Potentially getting space jump and or ice missiles. Not really sure. Maybe not. Probably not, actually. Nobody likes space jump. Interesting. No, it definitely doesn't need space jump. So they're probably gonna be skipping ice missiles. No, actually.
I mean, ice missiles.
Oh wait.
Could help.
Sorry, free E-tank is the various. That's right. Okay, is going to get most likely going to get ice missiles. No, not without power bombs. Right. Okay. Power bombs are going to be in the attic today, above Arachnus.
Oh.
So after Sector 6, Autumn's eventually going to have to go back for Plasma Beam. may have just slightly overlooked that, having bombs in their inventory.
Yeah, I don't know.
What else are they gonna need? They're gonna need... Autumn's gonna need to go upkeep gravity suit. Red's gonna have to go down to 6 and get Varia suit. Okay, Autumn indeed is stopping to pick up plasma beam. It's an unfortunate detour, but not the worst. As well as an extra E-tank. That's nice. Deboosting
Nice for
into
us,
a red X. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
If that enemy didn't hit her, she would be at even lower health. I'm getting high jump right here for red. They do require either high jump or space jump in order to trigger the SAX fight on this version of the randomizer. There are plans in the future to potentially skip it.
Interesting.
Or to potentially allow screw attack or potentially even speed booster to trigger the sax fight. Although I'm not entirely sure about speed booster. That would be... no, I could see that being a thing. You would just get one shot to do it, because the door would lock behind you. I believe. Oh, that's interesting. I think the charged plasma shot is actually going to do less damage to the eye door. So it still wouldn't actually kill in one shot. Interesting. Normally the charge beam will one-shot eye doors because they only have 25 HP, and charge beam does 6 flare damage plus 2 parts of 10 damage each. Whereas plasma beam would do 12 flare damage and 1 piece of 9 damage.
Yeah.
It's only going to do 21 total. An interesting decision by Autumn to just get gravity suit for now, and is going to save high jump for when they get to the SAX later on. I have had a seed recently where I just kind of on a whim decided to take the screw attack blocks to get to the second missile item above Arachnus, but that's actually... you still have to fight Arachnus to open that door from that side. So that's pretty unfortunate. It would still be faster to go up the elevator to drop down the shaft to get the high jump, even if they had screw attack. I am not a fan of these red fish. We don't have a means to shoot them very easily.
Yeah, that... Man, I'm tired.
A little tricky to jump through those speed blocks on the way to red doors. You gotta jump kind of early, but not too early. If you jump while you're on the slope, you just wind up colliding with the slope. Strangely. So you have to be at the top of the slope, but not too far to the right. Making use of bombs to make their way to level 4 doors. Going to be the first one to unlock level 4 doors.
That might be the play.
Yeah.
Question mark.
So interestingly, Red actually picked up power bombs, which may or may not actually help save time on the way down the series of bomb blocks. But it was a detour. It was a 7-second or so dialogue box to pick up power bombs. It was a very brief room transition, but not that bad. But yeah, that's an extra. That's probably what, like 12 seconds or so in total of a detour to get power bombs, and probably not that that much time saved as a result. A bit of a trap when you know a major item is there, but you don't think about how long it takes to get.
Yeah. Autumn is in
Autumn.
a little bit of a risky spot here.
Yeah.
But
Wondering.
making smart use of the diffusion missiles to freeze everything.
No, Autumn. Alright. I think they can get out with just a... Thankfully kills that snail on the way.
Unfortunately, the
Oh,
Kagos didn't give her any red X, which they're likely to do, but unfortunately did not do this time. Unless that's changed in the randomizer, I'm not sure if it is, but...
Now, with the Gravity and Varia suit, Autumn's only going to take 1 damage per tick on the electrified water, so they could get out, but they're playing it extra safe here, and this is unfortunately going to cost them a lot of time. Since they have diffusion missiles, they could go out through the drain pipe. They just don't want to. Can't say I blame them. Oh, Red X, please. Exist for once in your life. Okay, you're just gonna have to go for it, Autumn. You should be able to survive this trip with only taking like 11 damage or something. Making sure to climb up. If you jump too high out of there, it can be really risky.
But Autumn making it out. Not too much of a problem.
Getting the full refill. Very good. So with super diffusion missiles, it would be nice to have another missile tank, but there aren't really any good ones. Well, actually, the Arachnus E-tank, I guess, is a missile tank, so that's an option if Autumn wants that. But they might just opt to go without. They don't have any way to... Actually, you know what? They don't have any way to freeze the SAX, so they probably just won't bother. Having extra missiles is usually good if you want to use freezing strats. But you have like low damage on your missiles.
Oh.
So now it looks like Autumn is heading to the final boss, but not quite yet. It's actually heading to the final upgrade in the
Yeah.
Arachnus area, and opted not to bother saving because they still got some work to do. Wonder if they'll backtrack to save after go mode. Oh, that was very close with 41 HP on Red's side. Actually, I don't know. Is that
Nice
still
bonk.
42 damage from the Mermaid Pirates?
No idea. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Jump, strat from Autumn.
Yeah, it's pretty
Love to
flashy.
see
I
that.
like that.
Yeah, Jagger's a big fan of swag strats.
Yeah.
Shout outs to going for reverse ice in that race a long time ago at GDQ.
Yeah, that was fun. Drain pipe today having a missile tank for Red. I'm not sure if they knew that or if they just were kind of hoping for something. Hoping for an E-tank. Either way, there's a recharge room right up here. Autumn actually going for the missile tank. I like the play. Is not really going to have much of a chance to refill during the ice core fight. I'm not entirely sure how many missiles it's going to take. Probably like 10 to defeat the ice core.
Yeah. So picking up that extra missile was definitely a smart play.
No, Autumn. Luckily, the SAX jumped high in that particular moment. Jumped over the ledge.
I'm not sure if the
Could've
SX
been
can
obnoxious.
path. I'm not sure if the SX
It can.
actually can. Oh, it can?
Unfortunately, it can.
Oh, yeah, it just did. Okay.
I don't know if it's 50-50 or what, but sometimes it just jumps straight forward. Just because. It's going to be a long fight, but this is definitely preferable than going all the way to above charge core for the wide beam.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Oh, we got two sax fights simultaneously. Both racers. Red actually took the time to get the ice beam. So ice beam? Ice missiles, sorry. But with this
Autumn
with the setup is going to be using quite a few missiles to freeze it, and going with backup strat with just the beam. Does want to save some ammo for the core by the looks of it. Like once it gets down to the lower level, it's
Autumn is going for
takes a death on Red's end. Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a visual cue for doubles with only 2 upgrades, since is gonna have to farm some ammo here.
Yeah.
Okay, how much damage does that ice do? Is that 120 or something? Maybe a flat 100?
I don't know.
Might be 120. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Propulsion sequence
Narrowly,
activation.
well, getting that ice core down with their last missile.
But unless Autumn dies to the Omega Metroid, this is looking like a game 3.
Yeah, the Omega Metroid isn't quite free, that's for sure. But, yeah, hopefully by this point, players have practice plenty on the Omega without wide beam. Just got to take it slow and steady.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't try too hard to be a hero. Getting one bounce, not quite able to get all the way down to Shine Spark across. So triggering the Omega fight, you only have to go scroll the screen all the way right. You don't quite have to go all the way to the edge of the screen. You basically just go into the middle where the ship would spawn. Kind of touch the right line and then run back.
Small time save. Ooh.
Oh. Almost got it. Almost there. There we go. And Autumn pulls it out right at the end.
Beautiful fight.
And finishing with a time of 28:34 in the race time room. That Beaver Boats strat coming in clutch this race. So that was a bit of a mishap with the with leaving Sector 2 early. However, opting to just get gravity and go back in to unlock level 4s, I think, was probably the right call. It's real hard to say. I don't know, like, high jump does save time when you're climbing up places. But it's a bit iffy whether it's worth to go around the nav room and then back. But yeah, I really like the play to just kind of take what you precisely need in an area and move on.
Red not quite threading the needle, and unfortunately not being able to give us a low height.
Yeah, that particular low height without screw attack, it's definitely not free. And welcome on in, Autumn. GG's on the second race. That was very well done.
Beautiful.
Hi, thank you. I feel like I had no business winning that one, but I'll take it.
Well, there were a couple hiccups, but you actually did beat the SAX before Red wound up dying to the SAX. So you were on the same fight at the same time. Unfortunately, Red was really trying to go with the refreeze strats, and like once it gets out of hand, it really gets out of hand. And unfortunately took a couple of deaths there.
Yeah, I just didn't have a good way to route in either of the ice sources for it. I was intending to pick up Screw Attack on my way out of 4, and I just kind of forgot. Also, did you enjoy the rare yellow X farming?
Yeah, from the...
That Kago giving me double yellows was rude as all hell.
Yeah, that was
that's
great.
Not likely to happen.
I also forgot that I had gravity suits, so I probably could have made it out with the health I originally had. But I was thinking, like, I've played too many old rando seeds where you have to get out of the drain pipe with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't have the health for this.
It's scary.
I did have the health for it.
Barely, though.
How did you like my timing of when I picked up my jump upgrade?
I liked it. I think it was faster.
It was definitely a better routing decision.
And Red actually took the time to go pick up power bombs as well, which I think hurt them more than it helped. It's hard to say because it does help a bit on the ice core.
It does help a little bit, especially I did run out of missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as for why I didn't pick up main missile data, it's because like the first version of my route, I was worried about Variacore. And then I just forgot to revise that in my mind to go actually pick up the missile data, which
I see.
would have saved me from running out against the ice core.
Yeah, probably an extra 10 damage definitely would have helped. But alas, that was still like I think it was of course it was a slower fight than fighting it with the ice, but you still had a pretty sizable lead even before the death.
GG.
And welcome on in, Hugo. I presume
Red went
Red
to
is
grab
behind.
something to eat.
Yeah, okay. So how did you feel about how y'all routed that?
Feel kind of dumb about the order of stuff. I convinced Red to go for the Arachnos area first.
Yeah.
Partly because having high jump just makes going through everything much easier.
Heard that. Oh, I
Yeah,
hated
so-
not having it.
Autumn
Yeah.
made a couple of routing errors, like leaving 2 before getting their plasma beam. I'm guessing that was a bit of a...
Oh yeah, I just straight
Routing
up
error.
forgot that one. I
Yeah.
got up there, I was like, oh no. Oh, this is gonna cost me the race, isn't it?
I mean, we had 2 elevator mishaps.
Yeah, but
So,
then... But then Autumn went to get the gravity suit and then just went straight back into Sector 5 and unlocked red doors while Red was still in Sector 6 cleaning that up. So that was a pretty interesting routing that I think probably was better in the long run.
My thought was to pick up Screw Attack on the way out of 4 so that also I could get through the Arachnis room more quickly.
Oh, that would have worked
But
out better,
that didn't-
actually.
Yeah, I just forgot and I was already on my way to the elevator and it was like, well, whatever time I would save with this, I'm gonna cost going to get it.
Yeah.
I think just almost running out of health in lower 4 completely fried me.
And I was
Missing the
saying
main
there was a
elevator
missile
E-tank
right there.
was not fun.
Yeah.
I've never managed to jump and just take out the first 2 blocks before.
It's impressive.
Two
We were
deaths on the
commentating
SX.
how
Sad.
you very wisely saved frames there by not going out of your way for that E-tank. Good work, Autumn.
I also meant to pick it up after I picked up my gravity suit and forgot. Basically, my routing in this
Well,
scene
you
is
had 4.
summed up as I forgot.
My routing is I like elevators. God, that was so terrible.
I have never gone up to the operations deck missing 1 item for go, just so that I could go through Arachnis to get my go mode. So that was a fun new one.
Yeah, so Red, I noticed you opted to pick up power bombs. Was there any particular reason for that, or did you
Ice
just see
missiles.
that as a major? Ice missiles, right? Okay. Okay.
Didn't help me in the
Makes a lot
end,
of
but
sense,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I when it shot me from above that platform, I wasn't expecting it. It's like, what? It's go there now? I was like, what is
Kind
it
of
doing up
wondering if
there?
I'm wondering if I could have saved time if instead of going for high jump, if I would have taken curse jump, picked up screw attack and grabbed the space jump and ice missile, if that would have saved me more time than it cost.
How would you get out of 4 without? Oh wait, no, you have bombs at that point. You can get out.
Yeah, I had diffusions.
Yeah, diffusion you need it for the seed.
And need is a
Ugh.
strong word.
Well, how are you gonna get screw attack? Just
It would be. You could with power bombs. You could get screw attack, but
but
I mean,
yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure
a
that there's a
default.
good way to do it.
Oh my god, yeah. Oof. The only way to get that is after level 4, so kinda
Yeah.
loses the point.
So yeah, that was a very close finish. Thanks to Red for throwing for content, we get a game 3.
Don't say it like
That
that.
totally planned. We
Uh,
getting
Why did I
more
go up
race.
the? Why did I go up the main elevator when I didn't mean to? Why did I go into 2 for the second time? What am I doing?
I'll try to make sure you regret it.
Yeah, take like the main elevator like twice for me, real quick. All right. See, and then fill out.
Am I ready to give them the spoiler? Almost. All right, last seed. What do y'all in the chat think is going to be the first item?
Three, two, one. Los.
Samus find missiles, charge beam, and plasma beam, and unlock red doors, and get some kind of jump upgrade, and go blow up the planet. Any objections, lady? Both players showing a little bit of fatigue, but they're still
Yeah.
doing pretty well.
Getting up the climate around 30 seconds is always good.
Yeah, Red first in that door up there, but Autumn with the door fixes saving a bit of time as well.
Yeah, door fixes are definitely a huge time save over the course of hell, even in a randomizer over the course of the run,
Yeah,
you can
it's
save quite a bit of time.
several seconds probably. I don't know. I'm kind of newish to door fixing, so I'm not too familiar with what kind of door fixes you do in like in the other sectors, but there's a pretty major one in main deck you can fix like 4 times every run.
Yeah.
And it saves, what is it, like half a second per?
You're talking about the one in the room before the Hornode, right?
Yeah.
I think that one is something like 12 frames. So
Okay.
I don't remember.
Not nearly as much as I thought. That's just under a quarter of a second. Okay, well, fair enough.
There's a spreadsheet with all of the door fixes that Resident created. Shoutouts to him, by the way. He's an excellent tasser and runner of this game. That has all the door fixes for both any percent and 100%.
Nice. Yeah, and he made a lot of tutorials for out of bounds stuff that we don't see much of in the spoiler log tourney,
Yeah.
but
A lot of
it
those
can have
are-
its uses.
Yeah, a lot of those are extremely difficult to pull off.
Yeah, it's basically a whole new mechanic.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, so it's brought up in the chat. It's true that Metroid Fusion doesn't have very much in the way of sequence breaking, but that's largely because of the. It's for the most part because of the event system. If you do go out of sequence, it actually just fails to progress the game. So you actually have to get things in order in vanilla. Whereas in Randomizer, that's coded out basically. There's,
Yeah.
the event system is mainly dependent on what item combinations you have at a given time. So the room states will change accordingly.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of very hard work for Kazuto to do. So it's a very impressive feat. But here we have some nice use of the wall jump. Very precise jumping to get over the Kago on Autumn's end. Whereas Red just taking the easy freeze everything and jump on top of it strat.
Yeah, it's a nice strat with the nice missiles.
Red heading on into the save room just to make sure it's still there, and Autumn heading on to unlock blue doors.
Mm-hmm. Something else interesting about the event system, which I think has been talked about in this tournament before, is that if you were to get, even if, because like, if you've seen any videos about sequence breaking fusion, like, because you can technically in the vanilla game fight some bosses out of order, but you'll just get like the level unlocks because the event system doesn't know what to do, so it just gives you the previous thing that you've done.
It's interesting, Autumn going out of their way to get the main bombs is not strictly necessary, but it's definitely a lot safer. But it may be very helpful to like climb up morph ball tunnels or whatever they need to do, because Sector 6 is going to have the high jump down at the free E-tank. They're definitely going to want to get that on their way to gravity suit right underneath it. So it's just kind of an interesting anti-soft lock measure Autumn's going for there.
Bombs are also just nice to have.
Looks like Red is in fact opting to skip bombs.
Bombs are also just nice to have because because power bombs are a limited resource, and bombs are also a little bit faster than power bombs. So
they are, yeah. So they pretty much have Sector 2 cleared out now. They just gotta get high jump and gravity suit in Sector 6. And with the level 1 doors open, they can now access 4 and 5. 4 is gonna have quite a few things. It looks like Autumn has opted to go... Oh yeah, they both opted to go into 4 first. That's right. And that's gonna get them their speed booster. That's going to be really important to get through speed blocks to actually get anything in 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll need to get to 6 to get gravity suit, and then backtrack here to unlock the level 4 locks.
So Autumn gonna save a bit of time here using a regular bomb on this last block. You can power bomb it from if you press up against the wall next to the tunnel. But a lot of players place it a tile away because it kind of the structure on the side just has that little bump. And then a little edge, a little ledge that kind of gets in the way. And Autumn using ice missiles to break out of here, using a wall jump to get a little bit more horizontal speed to get over to the crab before falling. Okay, with power bombs, with regular bombs, this is actually totally fine. I was worried because Autumn is running out of power bombs with this usage, but can just use regular bombs to get out.
Yeah.
All the rest of these are shot blocks and one bomb block at the top.
Yeah.
So that's missile data. Kind of out of the way, even though you're in the same room. But I think it's going to be kind of important.
Yeah, absolutely. That extra bit of damage definitely helps.
So when they're going through routing, deciding where to go next, they also kind of have to keep in mind what kind of firepower they're going to want to have against the final bosses. And they're going through the list of missiles and seeing they got their missile data, they got their ice missile data. Super missiles is actually in the reactor on the main deck, in the missile location right before Yakuza. So that's a pretty long way away. It would double their damage, but they're not gonna be going that far out of the way for it. Diffusion missiles, they might pick up. I could definitely see one or both of them picking that up. I think I would personally go for it. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I would skip it. It'll probably change on a day-to-day basis. But that 5 extra damage might be helpful. Doing like 25% more damage. It's not so bad. And they're both going to be getting their high jumping gravity suit right here. Pretty much right behind each other. Autumn with the regular bombs is going to opt to show off a bit. I don't know how that first jump didn't count. Oh, probably forgot to press left or something. No, it should have just flipped out anyway. I don't know, that was weird. Anyways, Autumn gets through saving a power bomb. So a fun fact with this item here, you'll notice the block is kind of reforming on top of Autumn. If you inch your way into the item, you can actually get the item without the block reforming behind you. Because it won't reform if your hitbox is in the way. So you could save a power bomb that way if you need to. But it's a bit of a risk. Very nice Shine Spark from Autumn to escape. So, out of Sector 6, gonna be onward straight into Sector 5. With their Varia and Gravity Suit, they are freely able to just go on opening up their red doors. They are going to need to return to Sector 5 later to get their Charge Beam. And maybe the diffusion data in like one room over. It's going to be right at the start of Sector 5.
They could also pick up Screw Attack, but that's a little out of the way.
You know what they'll probably go out of their way for is the Speed Trap. The back of Speed Trap, with their Varian Gravity and Speed Booster, the sector is going to be broken. They can freely climb some frozen enemies to get up and get Wide Beam before heading on down to level 4 doors. Although, I don't know, maybe it would be a little bit faster to get that on the way to Plasma Beam? Or not Plasma, Charge Beam.
Who knows?
I like the use of the power bomb there to destroy the flotsams.
Yeah. That's the
Simultaneous wide beam grabs.
Yeah. Autumn saving a little bit of time by not grabbing the... Oh, never mind.
Sure.
Autumn saving a little time not grabbing the E-Tank, but she got it anyway.
So I think Shine Sparking across here... well, it would definitely be quite a bit faster to Shine Spark across here, but if you get hit in the middle, it probably is worth just hoofing it like Autumn is. Red actually going out of their way to get Screw Attack is a very interesting play. It's not strictly necessary, and it's such a distant item. Although they will be... Actually, you know what? They are opening level 3 doors. They're actually not picking up... they're not picking up Screw Attack. If you're right here, I think it might be worth picking up. I don't know, actually. I hadn't considered it. Okay, Red is actually opting to pick it up. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test out the Morph Ball before using it for placing power bombs. And then gonna head on up and get Screw Attack.
Yeah. It's quite slow to get, but it definitely comes in handy for the SX fight. And quite frankly, for the rest of the game for movement. Nice Red X from Autumn.
So maybe Red and Hugo are thinking that opening up yellow doors is going to give them charge right now. So they can then not have to worry about coming back for it later. But I think it is faster to just skip it for now. Open red doors, which unlocks all types of doors before it. And just come back through the elevator later.
Yeah.
Now, Autumn without Diffusion Missile is going to have to scam her way out with a tricky high jump and angled shot, a curved shot with the ice missile. Normally, you need diffusion missiles to freeze an enemy inside a Morph Ball tunnel before it puffs up and blocks your way. But with the very quirky mechanic where you move while it's airborne, for some reason it actually it pushes the missile further forward mid-flight. Getting plasma beam doesn't necessarily need that red X, but
Would be nice to have.
okay, actually it does. The X actually flies to it. That's very kind of it. Picking up an extra missile tank, because this might take a few tries. With high jump, it's not so bad. So the trick to actually get the missile to hit the power amp inside the morph ball tunnel. Interesting, opting to freeze these power amps to get up. I don't know if this is worth it. Oh, nice. Very nicely done. Yeah, so the trick to actually hitting this power amp inside the tunnel. Sorry, I was mesmerized by someone actually using the power amps to climb up. Is to jump into the corner and then start moving forward and fire the missile and continue moving forward the entire time you're flying through. Just like that. And third try is the charm. Autumn getting out of there.
Otherwise known as secret message cheese.
Or reverse secret message, or whatever you want to call it. A mistake I see a lot of newer players doing is they'll try to angle the shot and they'll move forward and shoot, and they're just so used to failing that they'll immediately turn around and try to get into position to try again. And actually turning around and just giving up on it, like not having faith in your shot, actually prevents the shot from getting pushed forward. You're actually reverting it back to its normal 45-degree angle. So they just never get it because they don't believe they're going to get it.
Yeah, I think this might have been the smarter play from Autumn getting or waiting to get charge beam.
Mm-hmm. And opting to get diffusion missiles is an interesting play. Like, this is the kind of thing that would be so minor a difference that you'd have to like sit down and time the differences. But I like the play.
Absolutely.
So it's probably going to take 9 shots instead of 12. Or 10 shots instead of 13. I'm not sure which. Which is... That's typically about a 9-second difference. So that's probably worth to pick up. Actually, no. This is a 7-second fanfare.
Yeah.
So it's iffy. Wait a minute, if it's 13 shots... Oh, but it's not exactly 13 shots. I'm not sure exactly what the break point is.
Something that I didn't remember. Hitting Skirt Attack actually saved Red a couple door transitions, because he can just go straight to the shortcut.
Yeah, that's true, and it made it significantly easier than climbing up frozen power amps, that's for sure. And with that detour to get the charge and diffusion missiles, they're actually neck and neck going into the final boss fights.
Excellent diagonal strats from Autumn, though. I'd love to see it.
So red is going to have to farm some X here. Is that right? Red doesn't have regular missiles. Oh,
Doesn't look
they.
like it.
I guess they didn't take the time to get the powerbomb locked item in Sector 4. So this is, I think this Ice X is gonna die faster for Autumn.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe Red picked up diffusion and we didn't notice it. I'm not sure.
No, I don't think he did.
Okay.
If he did, I didn't see it.
I was probably busy watching Autumn freezing power amps.
I was too.
And yeah, this is a much slower ice core fight without those extra, without that extra 15 damage.
Yeah.
And with 5 E-Tanks, you know, you can't count Omega Metroid out, but with Wide Beam and 5 E-Tanks, there's a very low chance of the Omega Metroid winning this race.
Autumn angrily firing missiles after missing the low height.
Yeah. It's not so bad when you practice it. You could get it done, but to do it on command in a race, that's not something that it's not the most reliable.
Especially best of 3 match point.
Ooh, and Red getting the low height with a screw attack. On Autumn getting the stun lock here, and that does it. As soon as Red starts the fight, Autumn finishes. Just barely eking it out with the time of 25:41 for Autumn.
Picking up those missiles definitely made the difference.
And that's going to be a 26-12 for Red. So get your GGs in chat for... this was a really exciting match. 2 really close finishes. And we got Autumn in the call. Welcome and GGs and congratulations for moving on. How are you feeling after that game?
You know, I felt like I was ahead, but as soon as we hit like the 20-minute mark, I was like, he could dot done any time now.
And you know what? You were on the same fight. Hey, Red actually finished the first phase of the SAX before you. But one of the big differences is Red didn't bother to pick up the missile data. And welcome on Hugo.
GG.
I did the math on that. I didn't want to be doing 24 or 18 shots on the ice core. And even without the power bomb to get back out the fast way, I think it still saved me time overall. Because it's 3 seconds between every missile?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely did not lose 18 seconds just on the missile data alone, plus getting through enemies. I actually wanted to pick up more ammo as I was going through, and it just wasn't available.
Yeah, there wasn't much ammo in the path. Like, I got red 1 in the below level 3, and another in the screw locked from lower 4.
I
That's what we
didn't
had.
match my time and my percentage. Runs invalid.
Oh, well, GG's. It was been nice. You had a good run in the tournament, Autumn.
Yeah, just too slow.
Banned.
Neither Red did. Oh well.
Oh.
Autumn, don't forget to show your bios as well.
Might as well.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
scene in OBS isn't set up to do that.
Dang.
Well, I tried my best to help Red.
I mean, y'all came really close to me in this one, and it sounds like it was just the missile data that I picked up, cutting down the ice
There was
core fight
another
that made
issue,
the
actually. I was kind of hoping to pick Red's brain on that as well, but since we have Hugo here, what was... had you considered just unlocking red doors first and then getting charge beam afterwards?
We
'Cause that's a
considered
big
that,
difference in your route.
but the problem was escaping 4.
Oh, okay.
Because we had nothing to escape 4 with.
Just high jump and ice, right?
Yeah, it's like you're gonna have a bad time just secret messaging out of that.
Yeah, that came in clutch for Autumn. Only took her 3 tries. With the practicing
Oh.
with high jump and ice is actually not so bad, since you could just do a single jump to bonk your head on the ceiling. It's a fairly straightforward setup. You just
I
Yes.
have to
practiced it so much during the last tournament because I
Yeah.
lost a race to not knowing how to do that trick, and that trick was really important at the time.
So there's
and it won you the match tonight.
there's my setup for helping Red.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's a full map layout.
Yeah, I don't have a second screen, but I have a second computer.
Nice. I totally would have just used my phone.
Yeah, the screen's a bit
But
clunky
yeah,
for
I saw
this.
very early that since I'm well practiced at scamming out of lower 4, that it was going to be way faster to just dip back into 5. What was the thing that I did that I thought was weird?
Was it diffusion? Because I was
No,
I
diffusion
wasn't
was
entirely
calculated.
sure. Okay. Does that save
Because-
4 shots?
Somewhere between 2 and 4.
Wasn't it 6? Just going from 10 to...
Well, Autumn had ice missile data and diffusion versus what would have just been ice missiles and missile data. So it
Yeah,
would have
I forget
been
the count. Actually, I
25
think that
versus
only
20.
saved me 2 shots, but it was also
Yeah, about
1
that.
room off, so. And also the peace of mind of knowing that the fewer missiles I have to hit, the less farming I have to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Also, can we talk about how there was just E everywhere, all seed?
Yep. Red
Nice
with
change of
5
pace for
tanks.
spoiler log tournaments, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
E is
like,
good.
I picked up 5 E tanks just because they were there.
That's
Could have
lucky
saved
hard
2
one.
seconds.
Alright, computer
I-
goes back into the backpack.
Identical end game screens as well. Nice.
Identical. Wait.
Oh, another
Oh.
another interesting routing choice, Autumn, was going for the regular bombs. Was that mainly for soft lock protection?
Yeah, that was soft lock protection because I've gotten myself in some of my practice seeds, and they were so close on the way that there was no reason not to pick them up.
Mhm.
I also got them because I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to need to be able to bomb jump to something.
Yeah.
I was looking and I didn't see anything, but my route wasn't fully coalesced in my head yet, so I figured better safe than sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely another consideration you got to do when you route. Like, do I know what my route is? Like, that's a pretty significant question when playing. And usually the answer is no.
Yeah, especially the fact that I route for myself because I really like the challenge of doing it. I have to balance playing the game with figuring out what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah, surprisingly, it has its pros as well. Like just like thinking it through also kind of like has it fresh in your mind and kind of like makes sure you're aware of what you have and what you intend to do. But it is also more mental work.
Oh yeah, the Cid had me calling Red as he was leaving too because he forgot level 1 locks.
Oh yeah, I mentioned he wanted to make sure that the save station was still there before heading to Blue Locks.
Those save stations, sometimes they run away on you. They're tricky. The thing that really, I think, did it for me, though, and I made a change, I made an adjustment after game 1. I switched to file B for boats, and I think that's what helped me sail to victory.
That must have been it, yeah.
So beast threats.
Yeah, I mean, I did file B strats for most of last tournament, and I had a pretty decent run there, so, I had to pull that one out of my back pocket.
So Red couldn't counter that because we didn't have a file D.
D for dotes.
Well, yeah, you can't have a file D because D is for done, and you can't be done before you start. That's just not how video games work.
There is technically a glitch in Battletoads where you can beat the game on frame 1. Or frame 0, I guess.
I have returned my table to the state it was before I put my computer on top of it. There you go.
I love speedrunning.
Yeah.
The Fusion
Speedrunning's
Randomizer
pretty
is
cool,
fun.
especially I am looking forward to the new category extensions that just dropped for Metroid Fusion.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent promo. Yeah, the category extension board just opened. So if you're interested in that, it's there.
There's a bunch of category extension categories. There's 100 missiles, 200 missiles, a race to Varia suit, 100% new game plus.
I definitely need
Some
to
fun stuff.
get on some Hundo New Game Plus. I'm kind of disappointed that all E-Tanks isn't on there, but such is life.
There's all power bombs.
My only reason is because I routed that one out because I tried to get that into a marathon before, and I didn't get it because everyone just wants to see me play Rando because it's, Rando.
The Fusion
Do I really
Rando
need
is
to spell
better.
speed gaming on Rando?
Autumn, didn't
Yeah.
you start routing 69% at one point?
I have a post-it note somewhere. I'm curious to watch the run that's on the board for it and see how close I came to what someone who knows the game better than I do picked. But I mean, it wouldn't be me if I didn't go for the memes.
It's been a while since I played the randomizer.
I'm kind of excited to grind out 200 missile runs. That'll be fun. That's a surprisingly fun category where you get to do a lot of what would be considered sequence breaks, except they're not major items.
And of course, we have a room named after it in Fusion that almost nobody knows what that room is, because how
It's
many people
mostly-
remember 200 missile RTA?
Yeah, the people who know what it is mostly aren't in the randomizer tournament. So whoops. But I'm in the randomizer tournament and I know what it is, so I decided to call it that.
Yeah, you're gonna get a rematch with me, Jagger.
Also, fun fact: I actually submitted a run for that category, and that run actually forgot one of the missile tanks, so that's not the 200 missile in my run.
Good job.
Whoops.
It's been a while since I touched Fusion, so I began playing. So first I played Metroid Subversion. It's one of the Super Metroid hacks. And now I'm going through Super Metroid Ascent.
Yeah. Oh, Ascent is a lot of fun. I used to run that.
It's trippy, like I missed one item in R1 and it's just annoying me.
Oh yeah, that is kind of the frustrating part about it. It was designed as 3 separate ROM hacks that were just kind of concatenated, just kind of thrown together back to back. But the overall mechanics are really fun. So.
The most important ROM hack is milk.
Milk.
Yeah, I developed a claw grip to play that game. It's dumb.
So, anyways, Autumn, your next opponent is going to be Jagger G. How are you feeling about that? Autumn muted,
Is muted,
lost for
yeah.
words.
Yeah, okay,
Is
let's-
very.
Oh, this
deep in
headset has a weird
concentration.
control thing. I did not intend to mute. It's because I was typing something in Discord,
Oh.
and the spoiler character is also the
Wow.
keybind I have for mute. So I've been saying words. I was wondering why no one was acknowledging them.
Oh.
First off, I'm going to agree that milk is the important ROM hack. One day I'll get my podium spot back. And my next opponent being Jagger, I've beaten them before.
This is true.
But that's going to be a match. I'm going to have to go into that one much less rusty. I've been doing a lot of travel and not doing a lot of playing Metroid Fusion, and yeah, going up against the number 1 seed is never an easy matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's no one easy left in the tournament.
Yep.
And in
It's
fact, that's
nice.
been true for a while, because I do not want to imply that I'm saying that about Red. Red is a challenging opponent, and I was sweating this matchup.
For sure.
If you give me long enough, I will not put down the shovel. I will keep digging myself into a deeper hole.
Yeah, actually, my next matchup is going up against the number 3 seed, so I'm definitely going to have to practice for that.
Yeah, you guys are both excellent rando players, so that'll be exciting.
Mm-hmm. We'll get that scheduled probably sometime next week or so.
Yeah, I thought Jagger was going to end me last tournament. I did not expect that. Something tells me you're not going to risk saving the animals this year.
Very unlikely. Sorry to
A girl
say.
can dream.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, it's just that the time it takes actually kind of matters in a spoiler log race. I didn't care so much
it really
last tournament.
does. You can't afford to give up a minute when the person actually knows where everything is.
Yeah.
Jagger, are you still planning on going in uncoached?
Yeah.
Cool. We will go one-on-one then.
I tried to help Red.
That'll be interesting.
It's this one had a lot of mishaps.
Now you know how Dragon Fangs feels.
It's worse for Dragon Fangs because Red actually knows how to go around for most stuff. So I'm just like I barely have any notes of anything. Meanwhile, Scotty has admitted that he's a potato when he's alone on this rando.
I hear, and I'm not positive about this, but I hear that Scotty is kind of good at Metroid Fusion.
Yeah, allegedly.
Something 110 something.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He's
Random
good
world record.
at following a set route. if you put him to make up his route on the fly, that's when
Scotty is
things
still
start going
dangerous
awry.
in Rando. Scotty is dangerous in regular non-spoiler log Rando. He made a deep run last year also.
Yeah,
I think he took 5th.
like he's still a really he can be really creative in his routing as like he definitely knows how to get around the game. It's just having to do so while playing simultaneously is a struggle. And well, I think a big difference between this year and last year is that routing a randomizer is very like what you decide to do changes a lot. Like you can't really just have a set route in mind when you start. Like you have to change your mind in the middle of grabbing items, like constantly. So that definitely that definitely gave a huge advantage to other rando players, like people who specialize in randomizers. And we see that kind of advantage in other randomizer tournaments as well. But anyways, we don't quite have any matches on the schedule yet, but we have 3 matches kind of on deck. We got me versus Autumn. We're gonna have Big Ohm versus Herc, probably, maybe. That's kind of up in the air actually. And we have Nye versus Scotty. So I'm definitely excited for this upcoming week or two. And
Has derped up on that schedule.
yeah, whoops.
So
So any
speaking
other
of
thoughts before we
schedule,
wrap up?
yeah. So there's the latter half of Heart Gold Soul Silver thing on SpeedGaming 3, and back-to-back Dread NMG on SpeedGaming 5. That is going on right now. And then 9 p.m. there's Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer on SpeedGaming 4. And let's see, Super Metroid Chozo, also at 9 p.m. And 9:10 there's an invitational for the LTPR League. And that's what we have.
Awesome. And now I go to Autumn with the weather.
Cold. It snowed. It'll probably snow again.